Musky, the most sought-after fish in the Midwest. Hard-fighting, big mouths, large teeth. These things are predators. The muskie is such an exciting and important fish to our ecosystem, in Indiana especially. Today I participated in the netting and breeding of one of Indiana's most well-known lakes for these vicious fish. Before I begin, I want to give a huge shout out to all the people that helped make this happen, especially Tyler, Matt, and Dave, for taking such good care of me all morning long. All of this couldn't have happened without the support and help setting it up. The DNR is an extremely important part of a healthy fishery. The collection of these fish helps with not only breeding, but with population control, health of the fish, and the fisheries. We headed out in 2 boats, a collection boat and a boat to oversee and observe the operation. I was lucky enough to join the collection boat and take part in getting the nets and fish on board.
You'll kind of work your way up. There's a pipe right below it. So we kind of pull. Yep, we gotta get it. Oh, it always gets stuck under the boat. There we go. There we go. And then kind of pull this up like this. Yep.
Well, there's fish in there. Holy cow.
Yep, you're good. Well, eventually kind of, you can push that pipe to the ground, maybe even step on it. Yeah. I don't see too many musky. One musky though.
The DNR focused heavily on this trip for muskie. This is something that is extremely time sensitive. It wouldn't be possible if the waters were warmer. They do lots of collection throughout the year for muskie, walleye, bass, trout, and so many other species. But today was all about the muskie. The day before I joined, they had set out nets and had them out overnight to help collect muskies.
Big one there.
Wow. They sit out 6 to 7 nets in a flatter section of the lake. The nets typically sit about 5 to 10 feet deep, and they're touching the bottom mostly so they can funnel the fish into these traps. The traps hold a tremendous amount of fish, and I can assure you that after seeing this operation, it is completely safe and a very effective way to catch these fish. Lots of muskies. Big one. Although muskies were the main objective, there is a lot of bycatch. Bluegills, crappies, red ear, bowfin, gar, bass, and so much more. Although you often hear that muskies can and will destroy the fishery, this is not the case. But this is one reason that studies are so important. Seeing these nets loaded with fish provides that this lake has a healthy population of both predator and bait fish. After catching a muskie, they are transferred with nets into a large tote, or live well if you will, and taken back to a collection location to record data and try to get samples from both the male and female muskies. The muskies can be sensitive, and they were handled with great care, consistently in nets to ensure that they were not dropped in nets designed specifically for this type of work. At the dock, the muskies were measured first, checked for tags, and then had their bellies pushed on to see if they had eggs or sperm.
Really good.
They're all 4.79.
Yeah. Even some of the males. You can see they're starting to thin out a little bit.
She's not quite ready either.
I've seen them other places.
36.3.
3520.
After determining what muskies they wanted to keep, they were taken into a small building set up to process these fish. The fish were constantly in holding tanks to help keep them calm and not stressed. The Love Shack. One muskie down. It's hard to see, but it's in there. You can kind of see her. After a while of being calm, the fish were then electroshocked, which stuns the fish. Again, ultimately for the safety of the fish. No chance of dropping or feeling what's going on. The eggs or sperm is removed from the fish and back into the holding tanks they go.
You ready?
like not so different that you're varying between individuals.
Okay.
So you basically make it in a computer and then you order it and they send it to you. And you use that to,
Stunned.
So that's how you get them cooperative.
Yeah.
Shock. Faster.
Immediate results.
We get the social outside. You do
Too many people.
You got a lot of
Climb out the
disorders.
window.
I'm just gonna take this over.
Are ya? Just a hot mess.
Shoot.
They stay in these tanks for a while and then they get released back into the lake safe and sound. I'm no expert in the egg process, however, I believe the eggs were treated with a chemical solution to help clean and get them ready for the sperm. Sperm is added and then they get cleaned and prepped again to go back to the hatchery.
At a loss.
We first started using this, we took a male about 30 inches long, and I shocked it like 30 times in a row. Just shock.
All in today, we ended up catching 27 muskies, most of which had already been tagged. If not, they were inserted with a small tag with a large needle. The tags can be read with a dog tag reader, surprisingly enough. Such a fun morning on the water filled with awesome fish. Other notable fish that we caught were multiple 16-inch crappie. That's a monster. 16 at least. 4, 5, 6 plus pound bass, a mid 30-inch bowfin, and more.
Very cool.
It's a monster. Huge bowfin. Thanks again to all the DNR that allowed this to happen, and to all the sportsmen out there doing things the right way and purchasing their license to help maintain a healthy fishery all around.